So a standard unit vector on the horizontal is 1, 0 in component form. So this is component form. Component form. And a standard unit vector on the vertical is 0, 1. So it kind of makes sense here, you know, 0, you're not, for the first one, for I, you're going to go right 1, right? So you're going to go right 1, but you're not going to go up or down. So this right here is going to be your I vector. And then your V vector, your J vector, I said V, your J vector is not going left or right, but it's going up 1. So this is your J vector. And so that we don't confuse these letters with variables or imaginary numbers, I write a little upside down V. So an upside down V, and I call it hat. So I hat, J hat. So I hat is your horizontal component. So you can think of it as your horizontal component, but in linear combination form. So in linear combination form. And J hat, I'm saying hat, H-A-T, J hat is your vertical component. In linear combination form. I mean, that's in layman's terms. That's probably what you need to know, really, quite honestly. It's going to clear it all up for you right here. So this right here is component form. I keep going back to that because you really need to know what form you're working with, so that when you're asked to write something in component form or linear combination form, you know how to respond. So component form are horizontal unit component and our vertical component. So yellow is our horizontal and green is our vertical. And we already knew that, right? Sure we did. So now to write it as a linear combination, -3, your horizontal is I hat, and your vertical, +8 times J hat. And that is your answer. That's linear combination. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Now, let me just show you why that works. Your horizontal component is 1, 0. So that's your unit vector for a horizontal component. So I hat stands for 1, 0. J hat stands for 0, 1. So watch this. This is just a scalar, right? -3, 0 plus 0, 8. Yeah, your mind's about to be blown again. We're going to add these two vectors. So when we add the vectors, we add their horizontal components, we add their vertical components, and look at what we get. In component form, we get right back to -3, 8. But it's really that simple. The horizontal component is your coefficient of I hat, and your vertical component is your coefficient of J hat. So let's do an example. And I like to think of this as, if they give you a problem in decimals, you give a decimal answer. If they give you the problem in fractions, you give a fractional answer. Same thing here. If they give you a problem in linear combination form, you're going to give your answer as a linear combination. If they give you a problem in component form, you're going to give your answer, your final answer, in component form. So here we need to find 2u minus 3v. Well, u is -3 I hat plus 8 j hat. And v, vector v, is 2I hat minus j hat. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find what 2u is. So 2 times -3 I hat plus 8j hat is the same thing as negative 6i hat plus 16j hat. Then I'm going to do what we learned a long time ago. I'm going to do plus a minus for this subtraction. So I'm going to do that because I like to add. Personally, subtraction is one of my struggling points. So I'm going to take negative 3. So I'm going to take that minus sign. Here, I'm going to erase that because I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to take that minus sign and I'm going to attach it to my scalar. So 2i hat minus j hat. See, this is vector v. This was vector u. So here's 2u, here's negative 3v. And that's going to give us negative 6i hat plus 3j hat. And now I can add the two together. When I add the two together, I get negative 12i hat plus 19j hat. And we started as a linear combination, going to give our final answer as a linear combination. So let me give you one to try. I'm just going to make one up. Let's try. Let's let u equal negative 4i hat minus 7j hat. And let's make v equal I hat plus 2j hat. And let's say negative u plus 5v. So that's what we're finding. Let's find that. Okay, so go ahead and give that a try. So negative u is going to equal the opposite of negative 4i hat minus 7j hat, which is 4i hat plus 7j hat. And 5v is going to be 5 times I hat plus 2j hat, which is 5i hat plus 10j hat. And when I add the two together, I get the final answer of 9i hat plus 17j hat. So unless I've made a mistake, which you know me, sometimes that happens, that's our answer. That is our answer. So we're at the point where we're going to start talking about applications. So in order to get to applications, we need to be able to be given a vector and find its literal direction, like not just two values. I want to know, where is it? Is it in the southeast? Is it in the northwest? And how much? Is it more south than it is west? Is it more west than it is south? So we're going to talk about those things in the next video.